Viewers,
equal opportunity.
I really don't care about the environment. Let's just be totally honest.
You know what today is, right?
Is it Earth Day?
It's Earth Day.
No way. Are you serious? Oh, man. Jrich and Jerry, we're here with you. Trail Whispers podcast on a Thursday afternoon. Fun stories, chiropractic care. Life's an open book, so sit back in your chair. We're walking down the trail of life, so come along with Trail Whispers podcast. You can't go wrong.
So, funny thing happened yesterday.
Hey.
So, my littlest, what did you say she looked like when you held her up as a baby? Looked at those piercing blue eyes.
I forget.
I have a video of it. You may have said you look like a purebred German. Or
I think that's what it was. Aryan.
Aryan.
Yeah, Aryan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, of course, I've told you before, my kids kind of have this obsession with you sometimes where they'll call each other Jrich or Richie. So, we got
That's so crazy.
Claire's going from her crib to her bed because now she's 3.
Yeah. And
so she was in her bed last night. And she's a little bit sporadic, running around, and so I was sitting outside the door keeping an eye on her. And all I hear, and I see through the crack, she's standing in her bed, jumping up and down, yelling at her sister, Richie, hey Richie. Literally, she does this a couple of times, and then next thing I know, I just literally watch her just frog splash Sophie on the back. Dude, I started laughing. And I'm like, that's when I went in the room and of course had to break it up. But I'm out there laughing. I'm like, Richie.
That's insane.
So
thanks, kids.
You're top of mind for my kids.
That's so wild.
At the end of the
Just
night.
because of the podcast?
I guess the podcast, Marco Polo.
Okay.
I think there's just a few things. They feel like they know you. Of course, they see you from time to time. So there's something alluring to the children.
That's creepy. I need to get over and see the kids sometime.
Yeah, it'd be good to see them
one night. See them. So yeah.
So that's my update in life. That's it.
That's all you got, huh?
That's all I got. We got a new bed for a 3-year-old.
Yeah. I had a good week. You want me to start? It's such a cool thing happened. I was what night was that? It was last Wednesday. And so we have a midweek service at church, right? And so it's at like 7 o'clock. I had a late night at work. I had an appointment run over. I was way up north. I was like in Avon. So yeah, it's like an hour north. And it was like 5:30. So I got back down this way closer to like 6 o'clock. And I was like, well, I have my Bible with me, so I don't need to go home for anything necessarily. And so, like, if I go home, I would stop here for, like, 5 minutes and then go to church. And I'm like, what's the point? So I'm like, well, why don't I, so it's like 6 o'clock, I'll stop and have dinner somewhere. So I'm like thinking to myself, where do I want to have dinner? And nothing sounded good. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to drive all the way up to Belden Village from, like, the Massillon area because I'm like, then I'm out of time again. And so I'm like, I have to find something in Massillon. And Massillon, City of Champions. I think we have an article to read about the City of Massillon this week.
We do.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm like, well, Wendy's it is, because there's like nothing else in the city where you can get something relatively quick that's anywhere close to healthy. So now I'm like, well, I guess I'll go cheap. That's what I'm trying to do. And so I had some time, and so I'm like, I'll go into Wendy's. I'll take my laptop in there. I'll sit down, and I'll just get a few things done for work. So I walk in, order my food, and go to the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine and get my delicious cherry vanilla Coke Zero. That's what I was drinking. And so I go, I'm looking around for a booth that has a plug for my laptop to plug that in, right? And I look across the restaurant and I make eye contact with this old guy. And I was like, I know this guy. He had white hair. and it's no one you know, but it's a guy and his wife there, and it was my Sunday school teacher from the 3rd grade. So his name's Mr. Timms. Mr. Timms, I think he's a listener. But
is he?
No.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not. No. Well, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. We have a lot.
Yeah. And so I'm like, so I see him and I go over and I say hi, and like they invite me to sit down and have dinner with them. So I grab my food, sit down, and yeah, we spent probably a half hour talking together and just catching up on life and
Wow.
different stuff. People through the years and stuff like that. It was just such a good time. And I just said, like, I believe that God gives us what I would call divine appointments of like, hey, I'm going to set this up. You need to talk to this guy, you know? And it was just such an encouraging time talking to him. And so he went through some rough times like early on, and they've been married for 40 years, but it's both of their second marriages, and it was just a really cool. Like as a kid, I had no idea, right? As a 3rd grader, you don't appreciate it. Even if you hear it, you don't appreciate it. And so, like being able to talk with them and just break life down for a half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it was, super cool.
Was he doing the vanilla Coke Zero as well? Or
I didn't ask what he was drinking. No. So
I don't know if you guys did a little bottoms
cheers on the cherry vanilla. So no, but it was just the coolest thing.
So cool.
Yeah, I told my sister, like, you'll never believe who I met, and so...
So you've not seen him since 3rd grade?
No, I think last time I saw him I was 17, so it'd been...
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a stretch, though.
Yeah, I might have seen him in, like, a Walmart and said hi to him or something, but not a conversation since, for 17, 18 years, so pretty crazy.
So speaking of restaurants, because Massillon's got there are some good restaurants there. I thought of this yesterday. I was driving, and I had to go get something at Home Depot. Number one, I'm shocked that Long John Silver's just recently closed down.
I'm shocked as well. I was a frequent flyer for the
I don't know if I ever went to Long John Silver's in my life. I was shocked that one closed down.
I was a multi-weekly customer over there.
No.
Fish sticks, French fries, tartar sauce on the side, whole 9 yards. Yeah, oh yeah.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I've been there once, I think, in my adult life. There was a guy back in the day from youth group that used to work there. Jared. I forget his last name. Tall guy.
Yeah, I remember Jared.
Yeah,
he worked there.
He worked at Long John Silver's. I remember that.
That place is a dump.
Dude, it's gross.
Yeah,
so nasty.
I couldn't believe that was still up. And then it dawned on me across the street. Do you know what's across the street from there?
Mr. Hero.
I've never been there in my life. How is that place open?
Yeah. I like Mr. Hero.
Okay, give me your...
So, that Mr. Hero is super shady. But Mr. Hero overall isn't bad. So for like $8, you're going to get a pretty good sized sub sandwich with like a Philly cheesesteak with like... Obviously, I can't speak for the quality of meat. For all we know, it's horse. I don't know what's going on this sandwich. But, it's not bad. And so, if I'm in a pinch, and so like there's one up by where I work at, and if I'm wanting something quick, that's probably the closest.
You took Jarrett there one time, right?
I did, yeah.
You treated him to Mr. Hero.
We did some sales together, and yeah, they're usually owned by Indians.
Okay.
So not Native Americans.
Okay.
So there's no scalp risk, but the Indians that are welcome to my convenience store. My dad used to tell a joke about Indians.
Please tell.
Well, because in India there's a lot of call centers,
No, yeah.
right? Like all these call centers in India, and so Mujibar, this guy, his name's Mujibar, he's an Indian guy. Goes in for an interview, and they're like, all right, Mujibar, like we're in the final stages of the interview. We need you to use the word green, pink, and yellow in a sentence. And so he goes, the phone goes green, green. I pink it up and say, yellow, this is Mujibar. So, yeah, they're owning Mr. Heroes typically. So.
Did you ask this guy his name?
No.
Which one you went to?
No, I didn't.
Could be Mr. Mujibar.
Could be Mujibar. Their usually last name is, a typical Indian last name is Patel. It's like the Smith of Indians.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've learned that over the years. But
okay, so you've been to Mr. Hero then. So there's a reason for them to be in existence.
I've never been to that Mr. Hero. But as in general, it's not bad. It's Philly cheesesteaks or like, they do stuff with their bread. Like they'll have like seasonings on the bread and stuff like that. Like it's definitely a step above like most fast foods, I would say.
Okay.
Definitely above like a Long John Silver's or a Wendy's or Burger King or something.
Dude, the other one that's right there, it's kind of like the trifecta. It's that the egg roll drive-through place.
Tans. Yeah, Tans.
Have you ever been there? Because they had some sort of like a strawberry mocha roll. I was like, that doesn't even sound right.
Yeah, I've never been there, and maybe we should go there just for the podcast viewers, but they've got 138 reviews.
Tans does?
Yeah, so let's look up. So, they'll have signs. So, it's a lone dude, first of all, that owns it and works there. So he works there all by himself. He doesn't have any employees. It's just a guy, Chinese dude. And so I respect the grind.
Oh, yeah. That's some hustle.
But what I don't respect is his taste of food.
It's very odd.
It'll be like, the sign will say, "It's back." And like you're expecting like, it's back. Like people are asking about it. Here it is, it's back. It says, "It's back, hot dog and cheese egg roll." And it's like, someone asked you to put hot dog and cheese in an egg roll?
Well, remember, always know your audience. Who is he marketing to?
The city of Massillon. I know.
Champions.
Yes.
And we've seen our Massillon kin that are rolling around, pajama pants, wife beater.
Yeah.
They're asking for a hot dog and nacho cheese egg roll.
Yeah. Most people are like, I don't know, maybe like some bean sprouts and some seasoned
I want the most authentic egg roll that you can give me.
Yeah, he's like, no, in this city we're going to put strawberries and cream cheese in there.
Yeah.
We're going to sell it. I mean, in concept, that's not a bad idea because it's like a dessert.
Yeah. It's like a dessert egg roll.
Yeah, like crepes in a way, kind of. Which I love some crepes. Crepes are good.
So what are they saying in the reviews? Are you getting anything good on there that's worthwhile?
We ordered last night 3 dinners to start. There was no utensils or napkins with the order. The chicken was dry, hard to chew.
Okay, so it's a good choice for a family meal.
Yeah, it looks like the owner responds, which is always, I'd be happy to replace the dinners if you're willing to come back. Like that's
reasonable.
Like someone's trashing on you and that's your response, good for him.
If he's working as a one-man show and he's cooking and then he has time to respond to haters or people that have not had a good experience, I admire that.
Yeah, and like someone else is complaining. And like, so working at McDonald's back in the day, so I worked at McDonald's and when I was 18 I started doing like management type stuff, so you answer the phone and stuff. Mm-hmm. And people call in that, I was just through there and you guys forgot my Big Mac sandwich. And so, like, when I first started, I'd be like, okay, if you guys, what's your name? I'll write your name down, come back, get your sandwich. But what people do is they just lie. They'll call and lie, and then you'll give them a free sandwich when they come back and say, I just called, you missed my sandwich. Like, total trash, right? But that's just what people do. And so...
You ever call out on the carpet and say, are you lying to me?
I would say, okay, what's your receipt number? I'll look your order up. I don't have my receipt. Okay, when did you come through? It was about 7:30. Okay, I don't have any orders for that 15 minutes before or 15 minutes after. So if you have a receipt, I can replace it for you. Like that's what I would end up doing because I'm not playing games.
No.
And then this dude, there's this big dude, huge guy. He actually was a homeless dude. No offense to homeless people, but we actually found him living in our church bus at one point. We went out there, started cleaning things up, and go around the back, and there's a dude living in a bus. And it's like, okay, what's going on? But anyways, he comes to the front of the restaurant with a 1/4 pounder of cheese box. And he's like, I asked for no pickles on this. You guys put pickles on it. And I knew his name. I forget his name now.
How big of a dude?
Big guy. big guy.
It wasn't Israel, was it?
Yes.
Israel.
Yes, that was his name.
I know Israel.
Yes, and so he came back up, and he had this little tiny bite at his quarter pounder. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. I'm not giving you a new sandwich. What are you talking about? I said no pickles. There was pickles on here. I said, you ate the entire sandwich except for one bite, and then you want an entirely new sandwich. I said, I can't do that. And yeah, he got ticked off at me and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's shady. You see how big people, how they have that different body odor smell?
Yeah.
Did you ever play basketball with Israel?
No. I don't know him outside of, he was living in the church bus.
Yeah, I think one time Carl invited him to play basketball. And he had of course, if you're not showering regularly,
sure.
Plus you got that big person body odor. Dude, I'm telling you what, I didn't get within 5 feet of this dude.
Yeah.
It was so rank that I was not about to pick up whatever he was dishing out because it was not good.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
Yeah. But it's like a different kind of smell. Viewers, let us know. Do you know anyone that's plus, 400?
Yeah, he was 300 then because he was playing hoops, so he was moving a little bit.
If you know anyone that's 350 and north, let us know about their smell. Leave it in the comments there below for us. We appreciate your interaction.
We'll mention homeless later on in the podcast as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it won't be in regards to the smell.
No. So, yeah. Anyways, hit up Tan's Egg Rolls. Maybe I'll reach out to them.
Tan's Egg Rolls.
See if they want to be a sponsor.
So
you should start emailing companies.
Yeah, ask them and say, hey, would you like to get mentioned on the podcast?
We have about 4 dozen listeners. That's what we had last week.
How many subscribers?
12.
So we're gaining.
Yeah. If you're not out there and you haven't subscribed, so some of you guys are listening on Spotify. I almost said Spodcast. Spotify, which is cool. I appreciate it. I listen to podcasts on Spotify.
Yep.
I just do.
Yeah.
I like the format better. There's less ads. I get it, right? But if you're listening on Spotify, maybe just pause it real quick, go to YouTube, look up Trail Whisperers Podcast, and just subscribe to us real quick. So stop. I know what you're going to say. You're going to ask people not to subscribe. No, we want your subscription, and then throw us a comment.
I think you're going to pay for subscriptions, right?
No, I can't.
No? I'd be willing maybe to throw $1 out there for people to unsubscribe.
No. No, don't listen to Jerry. His own wife unsubscribed, and then she resubscribed when he was on the way over. I think maybe she feels like, oh no, Jeremy's coming home. I better unsubscribe or he's going to be upset with me. Poor girl.
Poor thing. Girl. She's like, quickly, subscribe, unsubscribe. She's just back and forth.
She's just torn. Like, the kids love Jrich. And
my youngest daughter's yelling Jay Ritchie.
Oh, that's fun. No, we had some fan interaction.
Okay.
Last week. Yes, I got the new subscription that your wife.
Before the fan interaction, do I share the story that you were telling me? The recent little clip that was going around the office.
Yeah. So
I think it's worth mentioning. It's hilarious.
Sure. Yeah. So episode, I think it was 12. I opened the podcast because the story was like, your wife said something to you like, oh, I got someone that I could introduce to Justin or whatever. And you said, yeah, just do it. What's the worst that could happen? And then I said, worst case scenario. I turned out to be a total creep and I kidnapped this girl. And so, obviously it's totally a joke. And I get it that's like twisted humor. I have what would be called graveyard humor. I got it from my dad. It just is what it is, right? And so you think things are funny that aren't funny. We were talking about this at work today. Like, someone will tell me some, like, tragic news. Like, someone's looked me in the eyes before and it's just like, yeah, my grandfather passed away. And it's obviously not funny, but I laugh. Like, I don't understand myself. Maybe I'll work through this with my counselor. Maybe that's a new topic to talk about between him and I. But anyways, so around work, this clip is floating around of me saying, I'm a total creep. I kidnapped the girl, throw her in the trunk of my car. So, like, I go into work one morning, and, like, this episode's been out for a few weeks now. I don't even remember. I don't think anything of it. And I come in, and my boss is like, "You're a kidnapper. You're a kidnapper." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, you kidnap girls and throw them in the trunk of your car." And I'm like, "Hang on a second. What are you talking about?" And then one of the guys plays the clip. And he's like, and then, like, I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, like, they dub it over stuff, and, like, all these guys are editing videos, and I don't...
Is there anything out online, like, we could find? Any sort of, like, an edit that they
I don't
did?
think so.
No.
Maybe, hey, if you're out there, guys, leave a comment. So
Yeah, tag it.
maybe that's our increased listeners, all the guys trying to find me saying something stupid.
Probably.
Yeah, but, no, I work for a great place. I love it. I love the... Yeah, so I do sales, and then, like, the guys that are building stuff are younger guys, and so they just keep you on your feet. It kind of gives you some high school vibes, and it's a fun time. So, yeah, we had some comments. So, one guy commented, because we'd asked, we said, we doubt that any of our listeners have a college degree, and I said, hey, if you've graduated high school, subscribe, or not subscribe, leave us a comment. And so we had one person leave us a comment. So that means of, like, the 50 listeners, we can assume that, like, 49 of them have not even graduated high school. So
okay, so then we should guess. Where do you think they finished school, like 4th grade? That's the furthest they've
probably
gone.
8th. Maybe that's a community of
Maybe
Amish
listeners.
Yeah.
We have one Amish listener out there we know.
Yes, we do.
Strong hands.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's over at a Just Chiropractic.
Yeah.
And I keep saying that I need to call and reschedule my appointment, and I keep forgetting.
You want to call him now? We could call him live on the podcast.
You got your phone?
Yeah. Here, let's call him. I'll get their number pulled up. You can leave a message live.
Yeah, I was watching some old Chris Farley SNL skits today. Just funny, old school stuff.
That way you don't forget. We're in there tomorrow. I could schedule
What
it
if
for
Dr.
you.
B's still there and he asks? And he's like, hey.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
What? Yeah. Oh, you have their first names in here.
Yeah. How funny would it be if I went there tomorrow for our appointment? And I was like, "Can I need to schedule for my dad?"
I saw your dad a couple days ago.
Just Family Chiropractic and Wellness Center. We're either closed or on the other line.
It must be on the other line.
Probably
It's
the
9 p.m.
Thank you. Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
Hi, this is Justin Richardson. I needed to reschedule an appointment. Actually, schedule an appointment because I canceled a few weeks ago and haven't scheduled. So, if someone could give me a call back, I would really appreciate it. So, thanks so much. Tell Dr. Brian I said hi. Thanks.
Okay, there it is.
Perfect. I was gonna leave my phone number, but I don't want. I'm afraid people are gonna be blowing me up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. So, but this segment is sponsored by Just Chiropractic. So,
Yeah.
You heard me. Call them. It's easy to schedule an appointment.
Easy.
It's that easy. And so I'm assuming they'll call me back tomorrow. I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get a time worked out. So they're open from 8 to 5, 9 to 5, something like that.
Those easy hours.
That's
They
probably
don't
10
work
to
late.
5. Yeah, and there's
10
probably
to
a lunch
3.
break from noon to 4. You know how these places are. All these millennials running around.
Brian's like, I gotta get 36 holes of golf in.
Yeah.
I'm done for the day.
I'm going on a hike. I'll
Yeah.
be back to rotate someone's hips later. So, anyways, yeah, give them a call. If you've got something going on, maybe your back's out, your neck's out, your hips are out, you're just feeling beat down and weathered like you get sometimes. You're just tired.
Broken down.
Yeah, maybe you've never been to the chiropractor before. You're like, I've never been. I don't need to go. You're probably right, but you should go.
You should go. You'll feel better.
You will feel better. You genuinely feel better. I feel off right now because I haven't went. I just feel stiff. So can't wait to get in there and get popping. So Dr. Brian is who you want to ask for, or any of the staff there. So sometimes Dr. Brian doesn't have any openings, and maybe you'll see his wife Amanda or Nate, or I think there's another new doctor there too.
Yeah, Nate's not there. Dr.
Nate's
Kelly's
out?
there. Nate's been out for a while. You
Did he pass?
He passed.
No.
No, he didn't pass.
Oh. Yeah. Anyways, so you'll get in there, and then there's an intern there, and that's what's inspiring the discount code. So
Now, would you recommend this intern based off of like performance?
100%
Okay.
for a normal person.
Okay.
So with me, the problem is I'm so stiff that she wasn't able to crack my neck. So
It's hard to believe.
Dr. B had to get behind there.
Did he get you like in a turnkey and just?
I don't know how he
drop
does
to
it.
his
He's got
knees?
some gentle hands, and then all of a sudden you're just like, and you're like, feels great. So yeah, but she's great. Former member of the Pennsylvania Dutch community. So it's broken English, but she speaks fluent German.
Okay.
So yeah.
So if you're a German listener out there, this is the lady to go see.
Yeah. If you're a German, maybe you're Helga or Olga. I don't know. Whatever. A German listener. You got to get down there and fluent German. Trying to speak. I'm trying to brush up on my German. Das Fragen, Schwungen. That's basically how you'll get greeted when you walk in the door. But she's really strong hands. So those Pennsylvania Dutch, they're always milking cows and churning butter and making their own clothes, and so, or blacksmithing. They're doing all kinds of stuff in that community. Yeah. They're kind of jacks of all trades. So she'll get you taken care of. So the discount code, you get $10 off your first visit, is Amish Hands. So use that code.
Yeah.
So $10 off.
Get down there and ask for the German power lifter.
She is a power lifter. I actually forgot that detail. So, Arian. So, yeah, this is what you want. So, anyways, they're sponsoring the comment section here. So we had a listener comment that they completed 1 semester of college. So that's definitely probably above average of our listeners.
Above average, yeah. Most of them are probably 8th grade education.
Yeah.
Now, if Dr. B if he's a listener, and I don't know if he's a frequent listener or not, he's probably completed a little bit more.
Yeah, chiropractor school doesn't count. You talk to these doctors, it's a joke.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Head on down today and get cracked up.
Amish hands.
Amish hands.
Plural.
Had a comment from someone. It says the ads are still the greatest part of the pod. So
who was that from?
my friend Aaron from church. WABC.
I think he's the only one that comments.
He comments a lot. He's commented #homeless. Someone else commented.
I do have a question. Does he have a job, or is he just on YouTube all night?
He's a full-time YouTube listener, so he comments on a lot of different stuff. And yeah, it kind of makes a career out of it. He's an online heckler, is what he is. So he gets around. Beautiful picture. Him and his wife on here. Nice family. Great people. So they're big fans. We appreciate that. But his son commented and he said, went to check out my local pop-up shop. They are also doing the deal. And he says, except they pay you $5 for every extra pair of lenses you buy. So apparently there's some other deals happening. So
we were unaware
of it. It must be the generous sponsor that we have. So we'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
But
wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So
thank you for sharing. I'm glad that our listeners are taking advantage of the discount codes that we offer.
Yeah.
Because we've had 2 loyal sponsors from day one. Before we started the podcast, I think we had them locked in, ready to go. One's paying us and the other one we pay.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of balances out.
Yeah.
Kind of, and I know business is booming at both locations.
Yeah.
And Dr. B reached out to us and he says, I don't know if you guys should do the ad reads anymore. We're getting too many new customers. And we need to kind of dial back. We're not able to actually service everybody. And so we decided to read the ads anyways. But
Yeah.
business is booming. And it's the economy that we're living in. Things have
booming economy.
Oh my goodness, things have been built back better. And it's just inspiring to see.
I mean, plain as day. We have listeners going into Dollar General, getting above and beyond what we were telling them they would get.
And it's, you know, it's two parts, right? Like, people are doing better because of this great economy, so everyone has money, and then there's more people in the economy because of all the people migrating to this great nation. So I was driving by the woods today and just saw two Mexican people standing on the side of the road. And I was like, welcome. Those are woods. Those are woods there. Not sure what you're going to do there, but those are woods. And yeah, I just rolled the window down and I said, "Hey, do you guys, welcome. Are you experiencing any lower back pain? There's an office about 20 miles north of here that will get you taken care of with all your chiropractic needs."
Oh.
And they were like, "Parley Inglés, or no Parley Inglés," and I was like, "Don't start it, Dragon!" So it's yeah. So we're definitely thankful, you know, for the booming economy. We definitely are. So yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of the economy and advancements, and have you seen the new Tesla truck?
Seen two. When we were down in Florida, we saw two.
What do you think of it?
I watched the podcast on Joe Rogan with Elon Musk, which I love that because they ordered a pizza. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Downside is they're both high as a kite.
They're both high as a kite. And listening to someone eat pizza over a microphone is not exactly something up my alley.
Yeah, and
It's a struggle. They're both eating. I feel like I'm right there.
Thanks to your wife for not allowing us to eat on the podcast anymore.
Yeah, we got reprimanded pretty good.
First one we're eating. First feedback was no more food allowed.
No more. So
all
we
right,
just stopped eating.
Yep, we're done.
And so I like it because he built it like a truck, where he's like, this thing needs to be a truck, where it's like really manly, like, you know, I saw Rogan put a broadhead into the side of it and didn't even touch it.
Steel.
Dude, I love that. I like the sound of an engine.
Sure.
I love the sound of an engine. And I'm not crazy about the style.
Yeah, it's really futuristic.
Too futuristic for me.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate it.
I'm not against it at all. Something I'm for. You know, viewers...
Equal opportunity.
I really don't care about the environment. Let's just be totally honest.
You know what today is, right?
Is it Earth Day?
It's
today?
Earth Day.
No way. Are you serious? Oh man. To go burn some plastic. I'm just kidding. I might go start the car, just let it run. But no, I'm not a polluter. I'm not throwing trash outside or anything. But like, look, we live in this earth, and like, sure, I'll, you know, if the trash.
You plant trees.
I do, dude.
Yeah.
I planted. I guarantee you, I have more trees, and I've planted more trees than 95% of our listeners.
Oh, probably 100%.
This spring, I planted 6 trees. How many trees you plant? Okay, don't give me a hard time. We're doing our own things, okay?
Yeah.
We're doing our part here. And I got, you know what, viewers? Hang on a second. Let me show you something. I had a buddy who told me I was getting scammed on Amazon. They sent me sticks in the mail.
Who was it?
Our friend Washa Jocox from Enjoy Optical. So what happened was they sent me sticks in the mail. What you do with these sticks is you set them in water. So you come by the lemonade stand this summer, you'll get the drink from this here pitcher. But what happens is the part that's submerged in water, so you see this wet part down, will sprout roots, and then the part that is sticking out of the water will sprout the leaves and the stems. And so I put these sticks in water 3 weeks ago. And this is what they look like now, right? So this is 3 weeks of growth. So in a year's time, these will grow between 3 and 6 feet tall is how they work, right? So.
And you got those, your first batch was what, 4 years ago?
Yep, I've got trees out there that are 20 plus feet tall from this. And so they're great trees for coverage, so I got them along the side of the road and stuff like that, okay? So, look, I hate the environment. Oh, I shouldn't say that. It's not that I hate the environment, it's that I just don't, like, I'm not save the planet, sit in the middle of the road and stop carbon pollution. Like, look, I drive a car that takes gasoline and burns oil, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I've accepted that as part of life. I put gasoline in a car and I drive the car, right? I use paper plates. I'm sorry, but I do.
And all the time?
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess you're an army of one, so
yeah,
and like it starts a fire
with me and the kids. I'm like, if we get pizza or something like that, I'm just like, I don't want to do dishes. Like paper plates are so easy, it's so convenient, whatever. And so I'm not necessarily for the environment with like electric cars and stuff. But here's what I am for with this new technology: self-driving cars.
You are for self-driving cars. Now you did go vegan for a while. Is this another moment of weakness?
About 14 years ago, I set out on a journey. And I was going down to Dayton. I was dating a young lady down there. I was going down to Dayton. My brother had a friend that went to Ohio State College. My older brother, Marty, had a friend that went to Ohio State. His name was Nick. And so Marty's like, while you're going down to Dayton, will you drop me off? At the time, my older brother didn't have his driver's license.
Okay.
Just fact of life.
Pretty common thing for an older brother not to have when you have
Exactly. Yeah, as they are 20 years old, it's pretty common, right?
Yep.
I'm exhausted, Jerry. So I'm working at this time, I'm working at McDonald's, I'm working cleaning out repossessed houses during the day, working at McDonald's
Just
at night.
rigging it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make as much money as I can and save up and start a family and all these things, right? I'm 19 years old and got my whole life ahead of me. You just want to grab the world by the tail and wrap it up and put it in your pocket. Chris Farley's skit. But anyways, so I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll give you a ride down to Columbus, but I'm exhausted. I just want to sleep. And so I'm like, you know what? I think I want to take a nap. Problem is he doesn't have his license. And so I says to him, why don't you
says to him?
Why don't you put your hands, why don't you drive the car from the passenger seat? I'll put it on cruise control and fall asleep. So for an hour, I slept in the driver's seat of the vehicle while he drove. Stupidest, one of the stupidest things I've ever done. Thank God I was not hurt. But I just remember him saying, whoa, 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 and like I woke up and started hitting the brakes because we were coming up to like a traffic jam on like 71 or something. And it's just like, this was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. But that right there was what Elon Musk used for his motivation for the self-driving vehicle. That story.
I believe it.
So he's saying everyone needs an older brother without a driver's license to sit in the passenger seat and drive for them so they can take naps. So
you drive a lot though too.
I drive.
So it would be nice if you could get a nap in when you leave work to go get your kids.
Yeah, Fridays I do like a 4-hour round trip. Dude, it would be so nice to be like, all right, I'm out 2 hours, and then you wake up and you're there. Like, I want it to be as easy as like flying, where you sit down and you're just like, you know, all right, I'm out now. I'm putting on my headphones and I'm gone. I want it to be like that.
Do you think like the software that Elon is implementing in these self-driving cars is called like the Marty?
It probably is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called the Marty. Yeah.
Just it'll take care of you.
Yeah.
It's not it's not allowed to be doing it, but it's capable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I can't believe for 1 hour
straight.
that there wasn't a time where he had to like brake or like get around a car, but there was cars
He was changing lanes. He was changing lanes. It's so unsafe. So unsafe. I know we've got some viewers out there that are learning to drive.
Don't ever do
Guys,
that.
this is
Don't
a bad
ever
idea.
do that.
I'm just telling you that this is the self-driving technology that I'm looking for.
Now, can you do me a favor? Because I can't pull it up my thing. I sent you an article, but I wanted to bring this back real quick. And I know we've been reprimanded on leaving the camera's view.
Well, you, I was going to ask you to grab me something. Dude, the repository, it's making me sign in.
No. Is it really?
It's
Hold on, let me find
garbage.
this here. Let me find this here.
Dude, forget online newspapers. They're the worst.
What a joke.
What was that called? Like this, it wasn't sanitation, it was like water drainage. I'm sure it's got to be on like Facebook or something.
Yeah, we just wanted to highlight.
Okay, yep.
There we
I found
go.
it on AOL.com.
Okay.
AOL.com.
That place still exists.
Wow.
No, we can't be too harsh on it because we probably have a few viewers that are using AOL.
Oh, guys, if you are, switch it up.
So
So
let's
let's to read the article?
Yeah, why don't
Okay.
you highlight the article, but just take note of what this is in. It's in just a pitcher of water,
Sure.
the finest water, probably.
Well,
it's
that's well water.
is it well water?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
this
well
isn't a
water.
City of Champions water then. It's probably about 2 feet taller.
They'd be much taller, much greener. So, hey, yeah, if you want some trees, let me know. I'll get you some branches. You do this yourself, okay?
Simple.
So, anyways, okay. So, article, AOL.com, it's called Definition of a Toxic Work Environment. Every worker quits Stark Soil and Water District. Starts out, Massillon. The Stark Soil and Water Conservation District is a muddy mess. Every employee of the government office has quit. To stay afloat, the district's volunteer board of supervisors had to temporarily outsource most of the agency's workload and divvy up other duties to board members themselves. Former employees blame the mass exodus on the executive director, John Weedon. The 5-member board, they added, ignored signals that the office was ready to implode. The definition of a toxic work environment, that was stark soil and water, said Taylor Noble, a drainage specialist who left on March 27th. Weird backstabbing kind of stuff. Let's see. Okay. Among the group was Weedon, this is the boss, who skipped a board meeting and resigned on March 18th. His departure came days after the board gave him written warnings for having alcohol in his office and for creating public documents about employees. And so essentially, this guy, I'm just going to keep reading. The latter was a series of writings dubbed Game Plan. He titles this document Game Plan, which read like a scheme on how to win over certain employees while making others quit by isolating them, making one feel bored and holding another to tasks so that he snaps, in quotation marks. This is titled Game Plan. So it says, he said he accepted the board's reprimands last month for the alcohol and his game plan documents, and both sides had moved on. However, careful thought in the following days, Weedon said he realized he and the board were moving in different directions. Who would have thought? thought, Weedon? Who would have thought that you wanting to get all of your employees to basically have mental breakdowns and then you're chugging alcohol in your office? Who'd have thought you'd be moving in a different direction than the government board? Who would have thought?
I would have thought.
I don't know. So he said he was willing to remain as a director until the replacement was hired. What a great guy.
He's honorable. Very honorable.
Yeah, so then they go on and they interview a bunch of employees and, but so the whole department
Quits.
for the soil and water walks out. Boss turns out to be a total psycho.
My favorite thing is that literally, so what's he doing all day, every day? He's just slugging down alcohol and he's typing up something game plan. He's like, Justin, what's the game plan to get rid of Justin?
I could see him.
Isolation.
I'm picturing like this nerdy dude, this guy, I don't know. Who knows what his past was, but I'm just picturing like this nerdy dude that's like sitting down, slugging back some alcohol and like opening up a Word document on his computer and like titling it game plan. And then like double spacing down and like typing people's names. And, we'll make this guy bored. It's like, okay, this is ridiculous. So, viewers, again, we've asked you to come to Massillon, Ohio before. Truly, the city of champions. Yeah, the city of champions. Come on down. We'd love to have you. Hey, if you're looking for a job, there are plenty of openings at the Stark County Soil.
Yep. Sounds like a great place to work.
Soil and Water District.
Great place.
Well, it could be now.
Yeah,
you could be the new boss. So anything's a step up from here. You could be a terrible leader, but as long as you're not slugging back alcohol and making game plans on the computer.
Do you think maybe he just thought he was like Michael Scott? And he's like, I can get away with this stuff. I can kind of do anything I want to.
Maybe.
Like Meredith, I can call her any name under the books and she's staying.
Yeah, maybe he thought that. Guy seems delusional. And it's like, I accepted their reprimands about the alcohol and the game plan, and I thought we both moved on. But then it's clear that we're moving in different directions. It's like, dude. Oh my goodness.
But you know what? That's what has me excited when I get to pay taxes, because I know that my money is going to contribute to an organization like that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, City of Massillon, man. It's a great place to be.
Great place to be. Long John Silver's is closed down. Mm-hmm. Stark Soil and Water is closed down.
We've got no one working there. So you got a soil and water department? Yeah, no one's there.
Nobody's there.
No one works there. So.
Wonder what their phone number, what happens if we call their phone number?
A second phone call for the night? I'm going to grab a drink real quick.
So it's Stark Soil and Water, correct? Soil and Water Conservation. It's over on Richville. Okay, 3.4 stars, reviews, newest. Oh, wow, okay. There's someone that, 1 star 3 weeks ago. What a waste of taxpayers' dollars. There is literally no one working there right now. That's kind of cool. Literally no employees, incompetent, very organized, in and out from 3 years ago. So three reviews. That's decent. I'm just curious what happens if we call.
I think you should leave him a review as James Weedon. I left my game plan on my desk. Is someone able to mail it to me? Oh, that'd be funny.
Should we call and be like, hey?
You have reached Stark Soil and Water Conservation.
We're looking for.
Our office
What's his name? John Weedon.
From 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Your call is important to us.
Should I just ask for
Please leave
John?
your name, number, and a brief message.
I'll have to pay
Someone
code.
will return your call as soon as possible. Thanks for calling. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey guys, this is John Weedon. I left my game plan in my office and I was wondering if someone could send it to me at my home address here. So If you could give me a call back or send it to me, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, dude. What a crazy story. So you sent me that, and I immediately responded back like, this is material for the podcast.
Oh,
so.
Absolutely. I was trying to keep up with like local news just because you never know what you're going to find out there. And that was a win.
Pretty crazy.
That was a win. Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that from self-driving cars, but I would love a self-driving car, and nothing made me happier. Me and John Weedon would take a road trip in my self-driving car. We could figure out a game plan for life.
He could be passed out drunk. You could just be sleeping, and you're both safe.
Yeah.
Both safe.
Yeah, man. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. You had mentioned initially on the truck. So you're a fan of the truck, or
no, not necessarily. I'm not a fan of the truck necessarily, but I'm just a fan of the technology that's moving towards like the self-driving.
Yeah.
As much as you see movies like I, Robot with Will Smith, and you're like, Rise of the Machines kind of stuff. Speaking of that, we're going to do a segment on top 5 movies, but before we do that, just a funny story. So my little brother, so he's passed away, but my little brother, when he was like 16, I feel like, my sister can correct me if I'm wrong, we were doing like top 5 movies, and he was naming his movies. He's like, I, Robot, I Am Legend, Men in Black, Independence Day, and like, he's listing his top movies, and so he listed all 5, and then we're like, hang on a second, all those movies are Will Smith movies. Every single one of them.
He just loved Will Smith.
And he didn't realize it, but subconsciously he's like in love with Will Smith.
Dude, that's awesome.
So yeah. He's a good actor. Awesome. Sure, good actor. Whatever. Don't say anything about his wife with alopecia.
Yeah?
Yeah. I also have alopecia. No one stood up for me like that. It'd be nice.
Maybe one day.
One day. We'll see.
So top 5 movies? Good time for the segment?
Yeah, we're about an hour, and I think we're like 55 minutes in.
Okay.
So
we got plenty of time.
Yeah. So you're not a big movie guy, and I'm not necessarily either. I enjoy, I don't know, I like getting stuff done, but I also sometimes just like not doing anything. I don't feel like we're on the same page in that. You'd probably rather read, and I like reading, and all that stuff has its place. But there's sometimes when I come home and I'm just like, man, I just got done doing this thing or doing this project or just a long day. I just want to take half hour and just veg out or whatever.
Oh, I get
not do anything. So
I get it.
I'll watch like some comedy stuff and whatever. But sometimes a movie hits the spot, or like my kids and I'll do movie night usually on either Friday or Saturday, and we'll get snacks and whatever, and we'll do a movie night or something. So
yeah, no, I think it's fun to do that. I think some people can go a little bit over the top, but yeah, I like to do that on occasion. It's fun to do. Or even a show. Sometimes a show is nice because it's like, it's a 30-minute segment.
Sure.
If you want to watch 2 or 3, cool. Or you watch 1.
Yeah, it's good stopping points.
Yeah. Movie, you're committed for like 2 hours,
sure,
2.5 hours.
Sure. Yeah. So we were talking about top 5 favorite movies. So I think what we should do is start with number 5 and then work our way up to our top movie.
Top movie. Okay.
So,
you'll go first?
Why don't you go first? I read the article. This segment is sponsored by John Weedon from the Stark County Soil Water District. And yeah, give John a call if you've got issues with coworkers at work. You need to figure out, how do I make this person quit?
How do I make this employee that's a challenge one of my top 5 employees?
That's fair.
Fair?
John is an optimizer.
He'll give you a game plan. How to optimize, like, communication. I think anything you're dealing with, he knows how.
Dare I say this statement? If Long John Silver's would have moved on John Weedon and hired him, they would probably still be in business today.
That's probably very true.
So, just saying.
He's out there now, so if Long John Silver's is listening and you want to open back up,
yeah.
I know you've been closed down for a while, but John's the man.
Or maybe you're listening. So my brother-in-law was talking about hiring a maintenance manager. Maybe this is the guy for a job.
Yeah.
You have one bad experience. You have one off day where you snuck alcohol in, you're drinking at your desk, and you're making game plans of how to get people to quit. Like, you had one bad day.
Yeah, give him a shot.
Yeah, everyone deserves a second chance.
Or maybe your business is humming on all cylinders, and you just need to throw a wrench in there just to kind of shake things up a little bit.
Just to see what you're really made of.
John is the man to bring people together.
Yeah. He got everyone there on the same page. Everyone there ended up on the same page. And that page, unfortunately, was we're quitting. But they all ended up on the same page under his leadership. That is hard to do. Sorry. Okay, John sponsored the segment here with some of his severance
Dude,
money.
I have so many. So I have 10, if you can believe that.
So you've got some honorable mentions.
I've got some honorable mentions.
Do you want to do those first or do you want to do those last?
We'll do that last.
Okay.
So I don't know if I have a particular order, but it's funny because I have one movie that is not a comedy and all the rest are comedies.
Really?
I love comedies. I enjoy like real movies, like whether it's telling a story, something that actually historically happened, like war movies, stuff like that. I always enjoy stuff like that. But if I'm going to sit down, we're going to watch something, 9 out of 10 times we'll always watch a comedy.
Mm.
So there's a series of these ones, but every one I've seen I've loved. The Medea movies.
Okay, yeah, those are
Tyler
so funny.
Perry is unbelievably funny. So that's gonna get my number 5.
Yeah, those are so funny. I agree with you 100%. So I am a big fan of those as well. I didn't write them down on my list here, but those are good movies.
Okay.
Anyone in particular, like Medea Goes to Prison or...
Oh, dude, numerous ones I think that one's a good one, that she goes to prison. I'm trying to think of the one we watched most recently. I just think there's so many funny things in it that are happening.
Yeah.
Just so
and
creative.
like Tyler Perry's ability to play all those
Oh.
characters. Like he's playing Medea, he's playing the grandpa, other people as well, playing
Unreal.
himself. Like there's so much going on. So
Yep.
talented.
Yep.
So yeah.
If you've never watched Medea, sit down and watch Medea.
Those are great movies. I'm gonna say a newer movie. And it's a comedy, number 5. And I think it just came out like 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
It's called Free Guy. Have you ever seen it? It's on Disney.
Okay.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Do you know Ryan Reynolds?
Yep.
Good actor. I like Ryan Reynolds. I like the way he says things. I like his sense of humor and stuff like that. And so it's a funny movie. I like the movie. But essentially, yeah, you got to see it. So, viewers, if you've seen it, let us know. It's a good
Free
movie.
Guy. I'll have to ask my wife if she's seen it. She's a movie buff, so she...
Okay. It's good. I like it. I like it. But essentially what's happening is he's a character in a video game. And so it's hard to explain. And then like people are coming into the video game like real players and stuff, and like he's in the bank and like someone comes in. It's like a Grand Theft Auto style video game where people are robbing. And so it's like someone comes in, everyone get on the floor, and he's just like laying down. He's like talking to his friends, like, "Hey, you want to go to the beach today after work?" And he's like, "Yes." And like, when people are shooting, and I don't know, it's just funny, like the way he's interacting and talking, and so it's a fun movie.
Okay, Free Guy.
It. Yeah, funny movie. So
yeah, I'll have to check with my wife, see if she's seen it before. I don't think I have.
yeah, it's good. Number 4.
Man, there's so many good ones. I think my number 4 is going to be... it's probably going to be Identity Thief.
What is that?
Jason Bateman, Melissa McCartney.
What year did this come out?
I'm guessing within the last 10 years, maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Write it down.
Identity Thief.
Never heard of it. All right.
Hilarious movie. Just watch it. Now, all these I'll preface and say, like, I'm the worst. Like, even my wife was like, she's helping me with my top 10 list because she's good at, like, remembering the different ones. And then she spurred me on to think of a few. But I'm so bad with remembering things when it comes to movies that I will just preface all of them and say, use your judgment on watching them with the children.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I could watch a movie unless I watched it yesterday, I couldn't tell you too much what's said or what goes on.
Yeah,
so,
and you gotta be careful with kids, especially as they're young and stuff like that. Like, dude, they're trying to put all kinds of stuff in these movies now, and these TV shows, and it's like, this kid's got 2 moms. I'm like, why do we have to do this?
Yes.
Right? So, yeah, no, that's good. That's always a good thing. All right, so you're at Medea and Identity Thief. Okay.
Yep.
So, my number 4 is Tommy Boy.
Nice.
So,
that is a classic.
One of my favorite lines from Tommy Boy is when they're like, he's on the sailboat with that girl, forget her name, and they're just like calling him like a whale and like all these names, and he's just like, rascals. Like, that's one of my favorite lines in that movie. And so, no, but just so many funny things where when you watch that movie, you are just dying laughing. Like, so many stupid things.
Yes.
But it's like relatively clean. Like, there's not like a bunch of vulgar stuff and a bunch of cursing and stuff like that. Relatively clean, but it's just the dumbest movie in the world.
What was the movie he made? I think right after that or right before that with David Spade.
Was it Black Sheep?
Black Sheep.
That
Dude, that's
funny
another
too.
funny one.
It was like that eagle that like flies down on them or something. Yeah. There's funny.
Like you said, relatively clean.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
yeah.
Great.
Okay, no, that's a good 4.
But just a shout out. I mean, Chris Farley, obviously he's passed away, but man, so many funny SNL skits with him. And like back in the day, like you watch these SNL skits, those were relatively clean too. Like there wasn't a lot of cursing and like it was just like these things are funny. Like the ones I watched today, and I heard about it on the Ghost Runners podcast where they were talking about Chris Farley and Brad referenced him, and he was saying about some of these SNL skits where Chris Farley's interviewing someone, and then he would be like, you were in this or what, like asking this person a question, and they're like, no, and he's like, stupid idiot. Like, he would just like beat himself up. You're such an idiot. And he'd be like, I'm sorry. Like it's just, dude, he was just so funny.
It was like bipolar on steroids when he would interview people. It's
and
so
it was funny.
Dude, they were talking about that a while back, a couple episodes ago, and it made me think about this. It's like comedy today. They said like there's a lack of good comedy movies that are like good comedies haven't been out in the last 10 years. And they were kind of talking like, well, maybe it was because now you have like TikTok and all these different like Instagram reels and all this different stuff that you can see comedians in short form.
Yeah.
And so like nobody's just making funny movies anymore.
Yeah.
And even like SNL, dude, it's just not even the same.
Yeah.
I think anytime politically correct things get involved, it's instantly dumb.
Yeah. No, I agree, 100%. And
I'm on all sides. You can hammer everybody.
Sure.
So,
yeah, but I feel like comedy nowadays is it's either vulgar or there's a bunch of cursing in there.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, this is just like hilarious. So I appreciate comedians that keep it clean like that too. Like, Tim Hawkins, he's a Christian comedian, Trey Kennedy, these guys. But also like Jim Gaffigan, he's more like mainstream. And for the most part, his stuff is just funny.
Oh, yeah?
Funny stuff. So, not endorsing 100%, but just obviously use your judgment. But yeah, funny. So
that's
anyways,
cool.
Tommy Boy's where I'm at, number 4.
Okay,
number 3.
Number 3. This is tough. Number 3, I'm going to leave one out here that I know, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say number 3 is going to be Couples Retreat.
Okay. I've seen
Vince
that.
Vaughn.
Yep.
and Jason Bateman is also in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
When they're-
I've seen it. It's been a little while, but I've seen it. Yeah.
It's funny. So
Yeah, that's a good one. No, I like that. Like Vince Vaughn, he's a funny actor.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been in some funny stuff. Him and Owen Wilson seem to be in movies together. So
That's one of my honorables. Yeah.
Owen Wilson's a funny actor too. My number 3 is Mel Gibson in The Patriot.
Oh yeah.
The Patriot,
Dude.
classic. Yeah, not
It
to
just
like,
gets you ramped up.
dude, it does, and not to like politically charge things, but you know, I'm more conservative viewers. I'm sure you know that, but you know, when someone liberal gets elected, I'll usually sit on the couch, eat a piece of apple pie, and watch Mel Gibson in The Patriot. Just some classic patriotism, like Americana, you know. And so, but some of the scenes, like I'm a guy, right? Like the fight scenes are cool and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, man, like when he's throwing those hatchets and stuff, and like just that British general guy, I forget his name, but he's like, before this war's over, I will kill you. And it's just like, dude, this is...
You know he's gonna get it.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. So,
Dude,
great
that's
movie.
a great movie.
Great movie.
That almost hit my top 5, but I still
That's not your top 5?
Not my top 5.
Dude, you must have low T.
I just like to laugh whenever I watch a movie.
Yeah, I get it.
So we're down to I gave you my third one, right?
Yep.
Okay. This one is gonna be Game Night, another Jason Bateman movie. My sister-in-law Lacey, I'll have to give her a little shout out. She told us about it. We had never seen it before. Of course, she's like, you know, hey, just make sure you're not watching with the kids. Like, there's a couple things in there. So again, if you have kids, don't watch it with kids. But it is stinking hilarious. The premise of it is just genius.
I'm going to look it up.
So, yeah, again, you know,
It's called Game Night?
Game Night. Jason Bateman. Dude, it is there is such funny scenes in there. So, it's my top 2.
Okay.
I
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I'd never heard of it. And then she told us about it. And she's like, oh, it's so funny. You got to watch it. So, yeah. Add that to your
I just forgot about a movie that I'm thinking of now, and I wish I would have put it probably for my number 5. Man, such a good movie. But anyways, all right. My number 2 is... Are You Not Entertained?
Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Dude, that's a great
such a good movie. Such a good movie. So, yeah, that's just a movie that, like, dude, as a man, you just, like, relate. And he's like, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son, and I will have my revenge in this life or the next. And it's just like, heck yes, you will, Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Yes.
So I love the fight scenes in that, like, just some good scenes, and just like that wimpy emperor where, you know, and he just like totally destroys this dude.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, great.
Dude, that's
Great
awesome. That's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because both of those, Patriot and Gladiator, both came to my mind for my top. But I was like, I think they kind of make my top 10. Because I think normally if we're watching something, we'll watch a comedy.
Yeah, and when you have
That's
kids too, like, you don't watch these movies with your family.
No, these are movies.
That'd be
My
like a
wife doesn't
guy's
like
night.
to watch them. These are a guys' night movie, which we
Yeah.
actually just need to do that sometimes. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
do like a huge guys' night, and just like we're gonna eat some meat and we're gonna watch some men's movies.
Yeah,
So
just rare steaks and Gladiator. Just watching
have a
music
cow that's
chopped up.
alive in there, just carving steak off.
Me,
of it.
you, John Weedon. We'll get all the guys. We'll get all the guys there. All the guys from the Solar Water District. See if they'll come down. That'll be good.
Oh, so number 1, I'm gonna go with The Other Guys.
Dude, that is such a good movie. I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's a good movie.
Just so funny. I love those two together. I feel like
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg and
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah. Just so funny.
Yeah. Despot. What's something to Despot?
Yeah, such a good movie.
Yeah.
So.
That is funny. That Toyota Prius. They're driving around him and takes his gun away and gives him a wooden gun and then gives him a whistle and yeah, dude, that
The
movie.
funniest part is when they're playing good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. He said bad cop, bad cop.
Yes.
Yeah. That is so funny.
Yeah, that's my number one right now.
My top favorite movie is not a comedy, and it's not even like an action movie, but it's Back to the Future. I know I've
Interesting.
said that before. It just is. There's just, I don't know. I love the movie. I can't necessarily explain it, but I love the movie. There's parts of it to me that are funny.
Yep.
That other people probably wouldn't think are funny, and I like Doc Brown, the characters, and the storyline. I just like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just do.
I've not seen that in years. My grandpa and I watched that last time I watched it, but
Yeah,
probably
it's a good movie.
15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it's a good movie. So I've got the DVD box set. It's a trilogy, right? There's three of them, but yeah, I like those movies a lot.
So what were the ones that you left off the list that you're like, man, they were right on the
There's
top?
a movie called Masterminds with Zach Galifianakis.
Dude, that's a
Dude,
good
such
movie.
a funny movie, and like this picture came to my mind.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Viewers, I'll show you real quick here. So it's ridiculous, but this is a funny movie,
That's a
and it's
really good
clean
movie.
too. Like this is a funny movie, and basically they're like breaking into a bank, and like he's trying to fit through this window of a van, and he can't get his hips through. And he's like, I got these daggum birthing hips. Like, dude, it is a funny movie. If you haven't seen it, but it's not very popular.
Yeah.
Like, I need to buy it, is what I need to do. I just need to go on Amazon and I know that's old school, but just buy the DVD. How much do DVD?
Don't you just buy like the digital copy now?
You
Or
can.
Yeah. You could just buy it on there on Amazon. That way you could just have it on any device. You could be on vacation, watch it.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
can't believe you're going back to DVD. That's what my dad would still buy.
Prime Video. Yeah, dude, it's a funny movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, some other honorable mentions I have. The Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay.
I really like those from an action standpoint.
Yeah.
Those are really good movies. I like the storyline too. My dad really liked those books. So, yeah. Dude, buy the movie for $4.99. I'm buying it.
Done.
Buy movie, $4.99. I own it. I own the movie. It's fantastic.
Technology is a wonderful
Dude.
thing.
That's awesome. Just
There you
bought
go,
it.
just like that.
It was $7.99. They haven't marked down. $5. I got the
I bet they heard you. I bet AI was listening and be like, go ahead, sweeten the deal.
give them
Below
a good deal.
$5.
Yeah. So I like the Lord of the Rings. I like the story. I like Narnia for the same reason. Chronicles of Narnia.
Watch Narnia.
Yeah, good movies. Your kids will like them.
Okay.
And so both of those movies, both of those authors were Christians, and so it's kind of cool to see like things woven into those movies and stuff like that. Some people might not know that, but it's really cool. Not the whole movie, but Braveheart for the fight scenes.
Oh, that's on my
They
list.
put like these long, like romance scenes in that movie, and I'm just like, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for
Mel Gibson.
Yes, with the huge sword and the redhead dude with the beard and the axe.
Dude.
That's why I'm here.
That battle scene, if that doesn't get you juiced up, you have no testosterone.
Yeah.
And you need to just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You got to do something.
That's a great battle scene, 100%. Other honorable mentions. It might sound dumb. Night at the Museums. 1 and 2. Good
Really?
movies. Good movies.
Those were like.
Watch them with your kids.
Okay.
Dude, they are like I enjoy those movies. There's funny things in the movies.
And clean.
Yes,
Yeah.
clean, good movies.
That's what, Ben Stiller, I think?
Ben Stiller, yeah. Good movies. Owen Wilson's in that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Robin Williams is in that as well. So,
Okay.
good movies. So, great. Both of them. 1 and 2, they're both funny. Let's see. And Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Dude,
Kevin
that's
James.
so good.
Such a funny movie. 1 and 2,
Yes.
they're both funny. So again, like a family night movie where this is a clean movie and it's just funny. So gives you, he's just like this fat dude and he's got a heart broken because his wife left. Hey, Kevin, I'm with you, I relate. And he's like spreading peanut butter over a piece of pie and he's like, peanut butter fills the cracks of the heart. Like, so
At least you're not a mall cop.
Yeah, I know. And he's like living with his mom and it's his daughter and they're all overweight and he's like, Mom, like his mom's like, I made you your favorite pie. And he's like, No, I'm not in the mood, Mom. And he's like, well, give me a little piece. And then she starts cutting, he's like, a little bigger. Cut me a real piece. Like that's a funny movie. Something I saw frequently as a kid, like my dad was into World War II history and stuff. Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yeah, dude, that's
so
a classic.
a lot of good war scenes
Yep.
and a good storyline.
Yep.
And really good movie. So
yeah, I remember for its time, it was like, dude, that was intense.
we watched it at school as well.
Really?
They had to sign that our parents had to sign a form saying it was okay because it was pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I showed Noah some scenes from that. I'm not going to show him the whole movie, but he was asking about like World War II, and I was explaining to him like the invasion of Normandy and all this, and so I was like, you gotta watch this. Like you'll appreciate this.
Yeah. Brings to light.
Yeah, and then my last honorable mention. I just want to check our time real quick here. Sorry, viewers. All right, we're at hour 17. My last honorable mention it's a Christian movie. It's called Pilgrim's Progress. It's animated. It's free. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
If you're a Christian and you have kids, it's animated. Yeah, it's on YouTube for free and it's on Amazon Prime for free. So really well done. It's made by Keith and Kristen Getty. They do a lot of the music and stuff like that. So really, really well done. So
We have the book.
yeah, they make kids books of it, but it's the number 2. And like if you're not a Christian, that's fine. Like, but
Right there, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Pilgrim's Progress is the number 2 best-selling book of all time outside of the Bible. So written by a guy named John Bunyan when he was in prison for his faith, and just a really good story.
Dude, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, watch that with your kids.
Yeah,
You'll
we
like
got
it
the book.
too.
We got the book, so I'd like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I've sat down some nights and just watched that by myself, just for like sake of encouragement.
Some chocolate cake and a peanut butter.
Yeah, freedom. let me pound some cake. Yeah. So those are my honorable mentions. There's probably a ton more if I hear more and stuff. I'm sure there'll be more, but yeah.
So my honorable mentions, Braveheart, it's right there for sure, dude. It's right there. Gladiators right there. Patriots right there. I think those types of movies, or trying to think. There was one, and I thought of it on the way over, and I completely forgot. But it was like the one with the Navy SEALs. It was recently, within the last 10 years, probably. I read a book on
SEAL
it.
Team 6?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good. But anything like war related, I just love that. The other ones I put down, Blades of Glory.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Dude, just all time with Will Ferrell. The Internship was one with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
I feel like I've seen it. I can't remember.
They essentially go and work at Google.
Okay.
Dude, hilarious. Owen Wilson to me is just one of those. There's something about like his mannerisms and the way it reminds me of our sponsor, Wash Cox. Very similar body builds, a little bit more slender, a little bit more. Anchorman.
Oh my goodness, I forgot all about that.
Anchorman is right there.
There's some spots in that are a little
they're a little dicey,
a little sus, but
Daddy's Home.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Super
Daddy's
funny,
home,
but
love
not recommended for kids.
No, and Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Not recommended
All
for
those,
kids.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I think those are all pretty funny, but
yeah. Dude,
so it's and then of course I
laugh
go
so
back.
hard you cry in some of those.
Yeah, and then I think like Tommy Boy, Black Sheep. There's a bunch that, yeah, you could stretch that list out quite a bit. But
Oh yeah.
so maybe you're having trouble watching movies, and could be because maybe it's time for you to upgrade your lenses. Your lenses could
That's
be
true.
old. You might be ready for a new prescription. So who would you recommend they call for that?
Yeah. So we have a sponsor, and we had someone review it last week and say that the deal is actually better than what he had been told. And so the name of our sponsor is Enjoy Optical. So Enjoy Optical is a local business in Edmond, Oklahoma. So if you're in the Edmond, Oklahoma area, stop by. Sometimes the owner, Wash Joe Cox, is doing appointment only. And so you might need to call in advance and schedule something. But
Should we schedule on the pod? Maybe to get you an appointment?
why don't you try giving him a call while I finish the ad read here?
Okay.
Do you mind calling the office?
Yeah, I'll call the office real quick.
Yeah, so anyways, small business, local business, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Now what sets them apart from other eyeglasses shops? So,
Hey, this is Josh Wilcox. Leave me a message with your information, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Enjoy your day.
hi Josh, I'd like to schedule an appointment for a consultation. I'm in need of some lenses and some frames, and possibly even a pair of readers. I understand that you're running a special right now, where you'll get one pair for 99 cents and your second pair for 49 cents. So that's two pairs for $1.48. I'd like to go ahead and claim this offer by using hashtag homeless now. Thank you. Good night.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So it'll be a call just like that you can make to the owner of the location. So
The
you're gonna
owner, you get to
Google-
talk to him firsthand.
Yes. You're going to Google Enjoy Optical, Edmond, Oklahoma. You're going to pull up their website. You can fill out a form online, or you can give him a call. And so you heard the deal that they're running right there. But here's the thing, I know the economy's fantastic. I know that we're all making more, we're all spending less, and there are many more people, some of them standing right next to your local woods, that are here to help boost our economy. And Wash Joe Cox supports those people and helps those people as well, and gives them lenses and frames at this same deal. But maybe you're sitting here and you're like, you know what? Even though the economy's great, even though there's people in the woods, even though I'm making more and spending less, I don't have the extra income right now to go to Oklahoma. But I do know that there's a Dollar General within a mile of my house, probably in a shady area or in the middle of a cornfield. And I was in a Dollar General location this week, and they closed down the self-checkout due to theft. And I said, there must be some kind of mistake here.
That doesn't happen here.
No, that doesn't sound right, guys. That just doesn't sound par for the course. So, anyways, you can head down to one of the 19,000 Dollar General locations nationwide, and you can use this same code, homeless, at their pop-up Enjoy Optical centers.
Yep. And our user or our listener that used that code homeless also said they were even running an extended deal out of the generosity of, I guess, the Enjoy bank account.
Yeah, so he was
So flush.
He was purchasing pairs of glasses, and they were actually giving him money back. So definitely a deal here.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks to Wash Joe Cox and the team at Enjoy Optical for doing this, and it's, dude, you talk about a labor of love and just a guy that is a giver. There's a book, they wrote a book about him. Hang on a second. Have you ever heard of this book? I got it pulled up here. It's called The Giver.
Look at that picture.
This is
him?
This is him. And you might say, wow, he looks pretty weathered. Guys, it's because he has worked himself to the bone in order to give us deals like this. He is a giver with a capital G.
He's also spent a lot of time around campfires in Portland.
At one point, he was low-grade homeless.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that may have weathered him a little bit.
Yeah. So The Giver, just a quick, it's a 1993 American young adult novel written by Lois Lowry, set in a society which first appears to be utopian, was revealed to be a dystopian. And, I don't know much about the book other than it's about an owner of an optical shop that just kind of makes things right for people in America. So head on down today to one of your local Dollar General pop-up locations or the actual Enjoy Office campus, and you will fall over with the deals. So,
Hey,
yeah.
thank you to our sponsors.
Thanks to the sponsors. We could not do this without you guys.
No,
So
it'll be possible.
We're super thankful.
Yeah, Josh pays us, and in turn, we take that money and just give it right back to
We
Josh,
funnel it right into Enjoy.
right to Enjoy, and then Enjoy apparently is funneling it back into the economy
Yeah. So
to our
it's,
listeners.
it's really a win-win-win.
Yeah, I
You
like
really
it.
don't get many of those.
Nope,
So
nope.
it's a great thing.
What episode is this?
This was 15, my friend.
15. Wow.
The big 1-5.
1-5.
Anything else you want to add?
No, just a reminder to everybody that today's Earth Day. So if you didn't get a chance to plant a tree today, maybe tomorrow you could do that. Just think about how you're impacting things. I heard on the radio today that if we all cut back 5 minutes on our hot shower, we could save 9,000 gallons of water a year.
I'll tell you
5
what.
minutes a day. So my challenge is to you guys out there who are men. Why don't we just cut out the hot water altogether?
Just go cold.
Cold. Why are we using heated water? Let's go next steps.
You haven't
To save the Earth.
taken a hot shower in what?
Well, when I shave, you don't have to shave like I do. I'll shave with some hot water.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's like ripping roots out of your
Okay, that makes
face.
sense. That makes sense.
I'll shave with that, but then we go straight to cold.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, viewers. If you decide to cut back on your water consumption, let me know and I will double mine. So for every one of you that says, hey, I've cut back 5 gallons, I will use an extra 5. That's my pledge to the planet.
Yeah.
So
I think it's only right too. I think that's going to help us with the recent news that came out of Massillon with the Stark soil water. I think if we can just help them by maybe we weren't using enough, and that's why they'd quit. Like just leadership had them all on the same page. Hey guys, the residents aren't using enough water. There's not going to be work for you guys.
yeah,
Time to go.
use more water, pollute more soil. John Weedon. Drinks on me, John. I'll drink to that. So,
Drink another pod.
all right, viewers.
Love you guys.
Episode 15 in the books.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, make it a good day. See ya.
Peace.